Hello students, how are you today? Today we will solve some exercises but with different ideas on this lesson. Write each of the following ratios in its simplest form. Number 1, 3/5 to 2.2. In this ratio, we have two different types of numbers. Here we have a fraction, but the second term is a decimal number. So to simplify this ratio, you should make the two terms the same type, two fractions or two decimal number. But the easiest to convert this decimal number into a fraction. Here the decimal point after one digit. So we can write 2.2 as a fraction, 22/10. And 3/5 is a fraction still as it. Now we have two fractions, so we can use cross multiplication by multiplying this denominator by the first numerator. 10 multiply 3 equals 30. And 5 multiply 22 equals 110. Here we have common factor between 30 and the 110, which is 10. So we can divide the two terms by 10. 30 divide 10 equals 3. And 110 divide 10 equals 11. And 3 to 11 is the simplest form of this ratio. Another example. 1 and 1/2 to 1 and 1/4. In this ratio, we have two mixed numbers, so we should convert this mixed number into improper fraction by multiplying the whole number 1 by the denominator 2, then add the result to the numerator 1. So 1 multiply 2 equals 2, 2 plus 1 equals 3, and the denominator 2 still as it. Here, multiply the whole number 1 by the denominator 4. 1 multiplied by 4 equals 4. Then add the result to the numerator 1. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And the denominator 4 is still as it. Now we can make cross multiplication. 4 multiply 3 equals 12. 2 multiply 5 equals 10. To put this ratio in the simplest form, we have common factor between 12 and 10, which is 2. So divide the two terms by 2. 12 divide 2 equals 6. And 10 divide 2 equals 5. And the ratio 6/5 is the simplest form of this ratio. Another example. 3, 2, 4, and 3/4. The first term of this ratio is a whole number, but the second term is a mixed number. So we will convert this mixed number to improper fraction, and we should put this whole number as a fraction with denominator 1. So 3/1 equals 3/1. And here multiply the whole number 4 by the denominator 4. 4 multiply 4 equals 16. Then add the result to 3. 16 plus 3 equals 19. And the denominator 4 is still as it. Here two fractions, so make cross multiplication. 4 multiply 3 equals 12. And 1 multiply 19 equals 19. And the 12 to 19 is the simplest form of this ratio. Okay, now you should remember some rules with me. This figure is called a square. You know that square has 4 equal sides. 4 equal sides, and the area of a square equals side length multiply itself, and the perimeter of a square equal side length multiply 4. Okay, we have another rule of the area of a square, which is half the diagonal of a square multiply itself. This figure is called rectangle, and rectangle have two dimensions, length and width, and the perimeter of rectangle equal length plus width multiplied by 2, but the area equal length multiply width. Here this figure is called a circle, and we have two rules to find the circumference of circle. The first rule, the circumference of circle knowing its diameter length, equal by d. But if we have the radius of the circle, so the circumference equal 2 by r. So remember that the perimeter of square equals side length multiplied by 4, and the area of square equals side length multiply itself, or half the length of its diagonal multiply itself. Also the perimeter of rectangle equal length plus width multiplied by 2, and the area of rectangle length multiply width. Here the circumference of the circle, knowing its radius length 2 by r, knowing its diameter length by d. And complete the following. In an equilateral triangle, here we have an equilateral triangle, and in the equilateral triangle we have 3 equal sides, and each side is denoted by s. So this side, because the 3 sides are equal, so this side s, s, s. So the ratio of the side length to the perimeter, we should find the perimeter of the equilateral triangle, and the perimeter of any polygon equals the sum of its sides. So the perimeter of this equilateral triangle equals side plus side plus side, or the side length multiplied by 3, because the 3 sides are equal 3s. So the ratio of the side length s to the perimeter of the triangle 3s. But we should simplify this ratio. Here we have s in the 2 terms, so we can divide the 2 terms by s. S divide s equals 1. 3s divided by s equals 3. So the ratio of the side length of the equilateral triangle 1 to the perimeter 3. Number 2. In a square, the ratio of the side length to the perimeter. As we said, the perimeter of the square equals side length multiplied by 4, and the square has 4 equal sides, so the perimeter of square equal 4s. So to find the ratio of the side length to the perimeter, side length s and the perimeter of square 4s. Also we have common factor between these 2 terms s. We can divide the 2 terms by s. S divide s equal 1, and 4s divide s equal 4. So the ratio of the side length 1 to the perimeter 4. Number 3. In a rhombus, the ratio of the side length to the perimeter. Rhombus like square, because rhombus has 4 equal sides. So the ratio of the side length of rhombus 1 to the perimeter 4. So the ratio 1 to 4. 1 to 4. Number 4. In the square, the ratio of any side length to another side length. The ratio between side to side 1 to 1, because the 4 sides in a square are equal. So the ratio between side to side equal 1 to 1. Number 5, in a rhombus, the ratio of any side length to another side length, also side to side, 1 to 1. Number 6, in a circle, the ratio of the diameter length to the circumference of circle. Circumference of circle, knowing its diameter length equals by d. D is the diameter. So the ratio of the diameter d to the circumference by d. Here we have common factor, which is d, so divide the 2 terms by d, become d divide t equal 1, and by d divide t equals by, so the ratio between the diameter to the circumference 1 to by. Number 7, in a circle, the ratio of the radius length to the circumference of circle, radius length, the circumference knowing its radius length 2 by r. R is the radius of the circle. So the ratio of the radius r to the circumference 2 by r. We can divide the 2 terms by r. R divide r equal 1 to 2 pi r divided by r equals 2 pi. So the ratio between radius to circumference, 1, 2 pi. Now stop this video and try to answer these questions by yourself. Then check your answer. Here number 1, 4 to 6 equal, as a fraction, first we should simplify this ratio, 4 to 6. Here we have common factor between 4 and 6, which is 2. So divide the two terms by 2. 4 divide 2 equals 2, and 6 divide 2 equals 3. So this ratio in the simplest form, 2 to 3. And the first term is 2, the second term 3. So we will put 2 as a numerator because 2 to 3 equal 2 over 3. Number 2, in the ratio A over B, the first term is A and the second term is B. Number 3, in a square, the ratio of the perimeter of 2 is a side length. So in square, the perimeter 4 and side length 1. So the ratio between perimeter to side length is 4 to 1. I hope you understood this lesson. Study well. See you next video.